YouTube? It's your boy Al Jones the God, and you already know where we at with it. And where we at with it is right here, my favorite place to be, and that's here with y'all ranting, raving, and reacting to random videos that I find right here on the internet. But this one, again, this isn't a random video, and as you can see, I have a special guest joining me. My homeboy, good friend, my Nametag. Say what's up.
What's going on, people? Thanks for having me on, sir.
No problem. So today, I know y'all saw my last review on Doctor Strange, and I did it with my man Jay Real. That one was just a shock value review. We had just left the theater, and that was my original reaction. This guy, when I usually go into depth about movies, this is who I talk to about it. Because we sit there for hours and make jokes and theories and go down the rabbit hole of the MCU. It's funny. It's usually funny.
I watched it again today, and I was like, yeah, just to get another perspective on it.
So, what's your take on how many times you watched it so far?
Three.
Yeah. I'm on twice. I watched it twice. Man, I'm still underwhelmed. I'm still underwhelmed.
So? It's the underwhelming part about it is it's too fast paced. It was too fast paced for it. Short movie. Like, it was one of those situations where I watched it like, damn, this fast paced and it's a short movie. It was like that movie could have been longer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and had they have delved into the multiverse like we were probably expecting, it probably would have been a Justice League length movie. You know what I'm saying? And that was really my only takeaway from it, man. It's just like I wanted to see more multiverse shit. We've been waiting for this shit for so long.
They only went to the multiverse like maybe once, maybe twice. You know what I'm saying? It was in one space in the multiverse.
Spider-Man, they dipped a toe into the water of the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? We saw a little bit of that. Like, that was cool. Like, shit, that was, to me, Spider-Man was more whelming than Doctor Strange was.
I kind of like this one better than Spider-Man, I think, man. And
well, I'm a Spider-Man.
It could be recency bias, you know what I'm saying? But I might have liked this one better than Spider-Man.
I'm a Spider-Man fanboy, so I may be being biased.
Dope nonetheless, though. Spider-Man was super dope, but this one I might have liked better. It's probably recency bias, though. I don't know. I had to go back, like literally watch both back to back just to really make a determining, final decision.
Yeah, I had a real nerdgasm, when Toby and Andrew showed up. I'm not gonna lie. Man. And then they start spewing their white stuff at each other. It was, oh my God, we're just all here having a great time. So what was some of the high points in the movie for you? Like what were some of your favorite parts in this movie?
Man, Wanda. And you know what? When she first went to what do you call the place where all of the sorcerers and shit congregate and practice, and what's that place called?
Was it not Nanda Parbat? What the hell was it?
In the beginning, where she first showed up in the sky, where they were at, and I forget what it's called. Whatever the temple is, where all the sorcerers, and Wong and all them just practice doing they sparks and portals or whatever.
I always get it confused with Kunlun, where Iron Fist is from. I always get it confused with that because it's damn near the same shit. But I know what you mean.
When she showed up, she wrecked shop. Wrecked shop.
Single-handedly.
Like the one chick that looked like Chris Tucker that also showed up again. She showed up again the second time. Old girl showed up again the second time where Wanda was telling Wong, like, where's the before she fucked Wanda up or whatever. Old girl showed up and Wong thought she was dead. Wong was like, I thought you died. And she like, no. And she tried to she just lunged at Wanda like, oh, Wanda will fuck you up. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why they underestimated her, dog. A lot of the Illuminati underestimated her, but that was my favorite. That was like my highlight scene.
I don't think anybody really necessarily underestimated her. They were just pretty much just throwing whatever they can out there, just trying to slow her down. Really, I don't think anybody. I think everybody knew they didn't stand a fucking chance.
They pulled out the cannon and tried to launch it. It slowed her down for a hot second though. And they launched the cannon at her. They pulled the cannon out and shot the bomb. She flew back for a minute, but then bounced right back. Like, man, Wanda was out there fucking people up, dog.
And that's why I'm saying she's not done. She's not done.
Nah, she didn't die. Like I don't know, a lot of people thought she died. I'm like, nah, she ain't dead. Like,
so my favorite, my highlight was the goddamn part where she massacred the Illuminati. Like, bro, like she tore through him like bad. Like, and I said it before, Mr. Fantastic, he got off mad.
I ain't gonna even front. Yeah, he had it, Dilly. She just basically like stretched him out, turned him into ramen noodles.
The string cheese.
Basically, I honestly, man, Captain Marvel, Maria Rambeau, like she deserved it, dog. Like she was just so arrogant the entire time, like talking to Doctor Strange. Even though Doctor Strange is arrogant, but the way she was talking to him, like, can you be serious? Like, is this a joke to you? Where he told her, he's like,
that's that strong black. That's that strong black woman.
And I felt, I see that's what they were trying to get off. But it was like, in my mind, I'm like, man, Wanda she's gonna do some. Before it even happened, I'm like, man, they don't know what's about to happen, dog. Like, cause we already saw in the previews, we didn't know they were gonna die. But in the previews, I'm like, Wanda about to give them the business. But she's like, what did she say? Like, oh, if we'll deal with their witch if she decides to dream walk. But she said it in such a like sister girl type thing. I'm like, why are they doing this? Like, why are they doing this to her? Like, what's her face wasn't like that? Monica wasn't like that. Like, why they making her, the Dora Milaje wasn't like that? Like, why y'all making her like, I thought that was whack, man. They tried to give her the whole sister girl, like, I'm like, what are y'all doing, dog? I'm like, yeah, she's about to die, dog. They putting it on too thick with her. Go back.
Milaje was the baddest.
Get out of my
baddest broad on the planet.
Yeah, absolutely. What did she say there? Get out of my universe or something like that. She was like, man, why don't you just add a sucker at the end of it? Get out of my universe, sucker. Like, I ain't like her, man. I mean, she probably gonna be dope with some other shit, but I didn't like her in this, dog, at all. But that was a highlight scene.
That was the same chick from
Captain Marvel.
From WandaVision, right?
No. That's her mom. That's her mom. That's her mom. Remember?
Cancer, right?
Yeah. So this was supposed to be like in this universe. This was if she was the pilot, that would have flight crashed or whatever, and she ended up getting the Tesseract, all that shit, the powers and everything in Captain Marvel. This would have been if that happened to her. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people was thinking it was Monica because Monica's photon, as we saw in WandaVision. So it was easy to think like, oh, but no, that was her mom. Yep. Fucked her mom up. No, I was saying she fucked her mom up. I'll tell you that much.
Now, as far I know we just jumping around, I don't really matter, but as far as like that end credit scene with his wife or student or whatever that was supposed, that's leading up to him facing off ultimately against Dormammu, right?
Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna face off Dormammu again, because technically this is back in our Doctor Strange's universe. So when she cut open the whole shit to the dark dimension, I don't think him and Dormammu gonna have a beef. Because remember, they made a bargain technically.
He didn't really before. He kind of just trapped him in that infinite time loop shit.
You right. He did. You're right. But still, if he made a bargain with him that he wasn't gonna, he said like he was gonna be in this infinite time loop if he decided to, fuck with Earth or whatever. And I guess that was the deal. Like, all right, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna fuck with Earth.
Let's know what that's leading up to.
It's a multiverse, so we don't know.
Yeah, this movie just left a lot of still left a lot of questions open.
It was a setup film at the end of the day. Yeah, I think it was a setup film at the end of the day for everything that's to come. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, filler. Yeah, filler. Yeah, it was definitely fillerish. I guess I just hate how they hyped the shit up, man. It was
my only gripe was it was too fast. The movie was way too fast, dog. From the jump, it's like they were just running through the whole film, damn near.
Yeah. So America Chavez, she's a part of the new Avengers, correct?
From what I understand, yeah.
Mm.
From what I understand,
we got a while before we see anything.
Yeah, they still building up the characters and but a lot of people saying that's who Kang is supposed to be the villain to. But I think they're gonna change some shit up and make Kang just a villain, period, to whoever wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And after this, we got to get Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that though.
Another thing that threw me off about Doctor Strange and the whole multiverse shit. They had the Inhumans TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucked. Whatever. It lasted one season. And they were originally going to bring in the Inhumans because of the contractual shit between the studios.
The licensing issue with the X-Men.
Right. So, boom, now we got the X-Men and shit. And it really surprised the shit out of me to see the same guy that played Black Bolt from the TV show. So are we going to have mutants and Inhumans in the same universe? That's a lot.
Man, you talking about Marvel? You talking about Marvel and Disney now? They talking about they got up to 10 to 20 years worth of movie and TV content that they gonna remember. They met up at like a retreat where they were there for a couple days, and they just, I guess, put all their heads together, and they gonna have like 10 years plus worth of content coming. So I think it's a bag there where you probably gonna have both X-Men and the Inhumans and everything now. You know what I'm saying? So.
It's gonna be a lot of shit, man. Because I mean, the X-Men, mutants and Inhumans are so fucking similar. It's just, it seems like Inhumans were a little bit more forced.
Yeah, because of the mist. What was it called? And something mist.
Inhale the Terrigen mist or the Terrigen loud pack or whatever the fuck it is and shit. That shit, I don't know. Like, I think they should just stick with the mutants in there. That would be fire. Huh?
Just make everybody mutants. That's like you say, make the Inhumans the mutants or whatever.
Yeah, I would say so, but I also don't think we're gonna see Black Bolt anymore. I think they just threw him in there just to throw him in there. You know, they're gonna multiverse. Marvel now has a way to multiverse their way out of anything. They can do whatever they want and multiverse their way out of it.
It's possible we could see him again. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I could see them showing him again. His power is kind of dope. It's just like the way they flexed it this time. You know, it was like, damn.
It's like a super sexy ass voice. That's your power, nigga. Like you gonna make me come to defeat me and shit.
Like, what do he do if he fart on the elevator by mistake? And like, what do he say? Excuse me, everybody fucked up. Excuse me. Everybody just... You imagine if this nigga climax?
It's the feeling bad about it.
Does that nigga have sex? Like, cause what do? He alert somebody that he coming. How do you do that? Like, what do you just don't say it? Like, he just gotta keep his mouth closed.
Pull out game silent, nigga.
Yeah, man. That was a wild death, dog. Nigga threw him under the bus, dog. That shit tripped me out. He's like, listen, Wanda, Black Bolt here can destroy you completely with just a whisper with his mouth. I'm like, nigga, what mouth?
What mouth, nigga?
He was shook.
She Freddy Krueger Professor Xavier so scandalously though.
Man, they had a whole different face for her, dog. She was a demon. That shit was wild. I paused it like, yeah, they had her looking completely different. She was literally like a demon out there. Came through real quick and snapped his neck.
Definitely, like I said before, you know, one of the things I loved about it was the horror movie vibes that it gave me. This movie gave me heavy horror.
Man, her climbing through the gong, dog. I had to like the first time I peeped it, but just kind of, you know, you watching, you multitasking and everything. The second time, I'm like, third time, I'm like, yo, she really, like, I seen her arm came through there, but I didn't really pay attention after where she came on, her whole body just like twisted, and I was like, dog, this is crazy, man.
That was like, because clearly the nigga that directed The Evil Dead, you can tell, though, it's like, that's what made it doper. And especially, shouts out to, they threw that nod in there with Ash from The Evil Dead in there. That was like the icing on the cake. That was dope to me.
They just
like,
said
Wanda was just so psychotic.
Man, they said it hit like 187 mil in the box office or whatever, like the first few days in the theater or whatever. So when it came out, technically, I don't know if they counting from when the premiere on that Wednesday or whatever. I'm assuming they're counting from that Friday. Already at 187 mil. They said that's Sam Raimi's biggest premiere. So that trumped Spider-Man 1, 2, 3 or whatever. So I'm saying this movie wasn't no sleeper. I mean, it had a lot of hype behind it, but this was like that one for him, you know. So he coming back.
Yeah. This, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it again, man. It
was dope, man.
You know how we to watch this shit a million times. And keep different theories from it.
Man, they had the nerve to show the Avengers the other night and Civil War at the same time. I'm like, I watched Civil War because it was just like overall better. Yeah, it was on. They had it on one on TNT, the other on the Sci-Fi channel. I'm like, dog, like
First of
So
all, I'm gonna watch Civil War over
yeah,
everything
you
every
can't.
time. Like
Just
that's
the
the
simple fact.
that's probably top 3 Marvel movies.
You talking about T'Challa's introduction, dog? Like that's just. I was like, yeah, I'm watching this. Like the Avengers was like, it was cool, it was cute for what it was, but so much better has happened with Marvel since then. So it was like that one really ain't as impressive to me. It's good for nostalgia purposes. You talking about what 2012 when that came out? So it was like, oh man, look, it's the new Hulk and there. So, but now watching it's like, I never really liked Loki too. Like him being the main villain is was like,
You didn't like Logan?
I never like Loki, man. I really
thought
didn't
he
care for
did
the
it.
series like that.
I thought he did. I'm gonna address that. I thought that he did an okay job as a main villain.
He's
Low-key,
great as that character, but I just
huh?
don't like. He's great as that character, my man that plays him. But just Loki overall, like I always be like, sometimes I'll watch the movies or the TV series and be like, how were they in the cartoons? When you watch some of those Avengers cartoons, you be like, man, Loki trash, dog. Like just where everybody else is like, you know,
He's a good warm up. I mean, Loki is basically like really just a super genius with magic. Like
yeah.
he just outsmarts niggas. Like he's
Good-
not necessarily stronger
Good
than them.
nod to the Avengers comics though, because from what I understand, that's how they sparked the Avengers comics was him as the villain. He yeah, him taking Hulk, like just like how in the movie he got to the Hulk, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. At first I didn't understand it when I first watched it, but I was like, I get it. I just him per se. I'm not gonna. Loki is okay in the movies. I didn't care for his series as much on the rewatch. Rewatching the series, I'm like, damn, man, I probably was just watching this because it was like Marvel content, it was the hype. But now, granted, those last few episodes, well, the last 2 of that series was dope. Like where episode 5 was ill because we kind of saw what it was building up to. We like, yo, they at the end of time. Could they possibly about to be, you get ready to meet He Who Remains? And then you saw that they brought him into the photos, like, oh shit. So that series finale held up well. You know what I'm saying? But just him as a character for a whole series, I don't know. Now, season 2, I think is gonna be dope. Season 2 is gonna be fire. I'm already calling.
I thought the entire season 1 was super dope. Like it was really dope to me because after all the shit that we had experienced in the MCU up until that point, it was kind of like just, damn, where can they go next?
I'll circle back around.
Yeah, and then when they dropped him in the TVA, and Dog had the Infinity Stones in his desk as like paperweights.
Like damn, this shit don't even matter in this world. You know what I'm saying?
It don't matter.
I would say I didn't dislike the Loki series as a whole. I like bits and pieces of it. I like the whole concept to where how we saw in Endgame what transpired from that. You know what I'm saying? And him, the Tesseract dropping and him kicking it to his, you know what I'm saying, and taking it with him. And it's like, oh shit, here we are all because of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was pretty dope. So now I think about it, it was bits and pieces of it, like, yo, where's this about to go? All to find out that this shit was basically in, which I still think was in the TVA being in the quantum realm.
I can see that.
You know,
I can see that because that freaking Kane the Conqueror statue they had down there.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can see that happening.
Exactly.
I can't wait to see where they go. So where do you think they're gonna go with season 2 with Loki then?
Kane. All Kane.
So okay, they might be facing a variant
Of him. Well, one of his variants. Yeah, he did say like you don't want to. You know, my other variants are way more evil or something like that. He was saying.
Yeah, because you know, they're really like the main 3 that's the most powerful or most menacing or whatever. I could see them like facing off against like Iron Lad.
Yeah. Well, I thought Iron Lad was good. I thought he was a part of the Young Avengers. You got a bunch of it's Kang, it's Ramatut, Iron Lad, Nathaniel Richards, which I think is just Kang, but well, I guess you would separate him. It's like an Asian dude that he is too. I forget his name though, because they show like Avengers Tower, but it was based on when he purchased it.
It's not Amadeus. No, not Amadeus show though.
It's some shit, man. He got a lot of variants, man. So it's interesting to see where they're gonna take it. They already nodded at it in Moon Knight. They nodded at him a couple times.
That's one show that I have to go back and give some more TLC to. I kind of fell off of it because it was kind of boring a little bit.
It was overall, like just looking back to certain episodes. Moon Knight didn't really heat up.
I don't like Old Boy as the protagonist. I think that's what it is.
Oh, my man's that he was playing as Steven.
Yeah, he just kind of goofy,
Well,
kind
that's
of
what I
what's
was
the
gonna.
good, kind of,
Well,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
interesting at episode 4. That's why I hate they did it only 6 episodes, because when they do them 6 episode series, they kind of rush everything together. But
Yeah,
from episode like 4 to 6, it was decent. You know what I'm saying? But not like my favorite series. No, that's there with like Loki for me.
I think the 6 episode thing is dope because really, I mean, if you look at them, they're just mini movies.
Make them 6 episodes and make them longer though. Like some of these just at 30 minutes. Now they did Pharaoh Moon Knight. They made a lot of episodes like 40, 45 minutes. Now when they
Yeah,
was doing it with
but
WandaVision, it was like, come on, y'all, like chill out.
but
You know what I'm saying?
but in those 6 episodes, like I mean, the way I look at it, bro, that's 3 movies. That's 3 movies with a to be continued.
Watching Multiverse of Madness, I was just saying this like before Multiverse of Madness came out. I was like, man, WandaVision seemed kind of goofy on the rewatch, whatever. The season finale, I thought the season finale was a little goofy. And it's
Yeah,
because of Billy and Tommy. But outside of that, a lot of the stuff was dope. But then watching this movie, I'm like, yo, WandaVision held up because of the simple fact that how she said, she was like, doing that, making the hex wasn't difficult. See, like
right.
making the hex wasn't the tough part. Lying was. It was like, oh shit, like you, and even bring this into fold about the why the movie was dope. I didn't even peep the lesson from the movie. Like the lesson was supposed to be about Steven. I mean, they said it a couple of times, but I didn't really peep it about him. Like what she kept saying, like they said it twice actually. Like you always want to hold the scalpel.
Right.
It's like basically
Well,
cause you just, and in the beginning of the movie where the guy was like, the dude that I forget my man's name. He was at the wedding and he was like, what did he say to him? He said, he said, was it the only way? He said, my brother died, my dog died, and he asked him. He said, so that whole thing with Thanos, was that the only way? And he was like, yeah, it was. And he was like, So I guess he said, I guess you the best doctor and the hero or whatever, and the
that's
best hero.
well, that's the nature of Doctor Strange, though. That's who his character is.
Yeah.
Like he always like he's damn near like the magical version of Tony Stark, because that's how Iron Man
Exactly.
is, right?
And they didn't get along. Them niggas didn't get along.
And
But
that's
it's
exactly
funny
why
they had
they
to
didn't
work
get
to.
along.
So it's like it's odd that they work together. You know what I'm saying? That temporarily saved the world in the MCU.
Oh, they
fucked a
still
lot of
didn't
shit
really
up.
fuck with each other like that, but they worked together because they had to.
It's like they did all that and shit still was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? If you really think about it. Wanda, they still fucked up New York again. You know what I'm saying? Like New York always catching a bad one. You know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of fucked up shit still happen. You got Eternals. That shit went down. That's so quiet. Like that supposedly that.
I gotta watch that one again. I only watched that one time.
From what I understand, that shit was going on during Far From Home. Like, because the timeline now with this phase, with phase 4, is like kind of like all over the place, but they'll let you know like when certain shit took place. Like, oh, this is going on during this is going on during that. Like, to my understanding, No Way Home was happening during
Hawkeye.
No, not Hawkeye.
I'm thinking about the last one. Sorry.
Eternals. No Way Home was supposed to be, because that's what it was. I think Eternals happens after Far From Home, and the reason that, because they were saying they could have brought Doctor Strange into the fold or something with I feel like they said he could have been brought into the fold with the Eternals. Like, just if you're thinking hypothetically, like, wait, they could have had more help. Well, it's clearly Eternal. I think it was the Eternals. I'm trying to think, and it was like Doctor Strange could have got involved, but he was busy with helping Spider-Man or whatever, or some shit like that. So it was just like a lot of shit going on at the same time.
It's amazing how in all these solo movies, everybody just so happens to be busy. And
I couldn't help. You know, I was busy. I was helping Peter.
It'd be a world-ending threat, a big-ass portal over the sky.
Yeah.
Nigga, nobody saw that?
Man, nigga, I was helping Peter. What you saying? Like, I didn't help Peter. He fucked up the spell. I think that's dope. Like Kevin Feige confirmed that. I thought that was dope about how because of what happened in No Way Home only happened because of Sylvie and killing He Who Remains. By her killing him, he said, by her killing He Who Remains, because remember, he's the one who controls the shit. So, but he had no
Right.
control once that
Right.
shit breached or whatever. So by her, remember he told them, if y'all kill me, shit is just out of order. Shit's gonna be
Yeah.
chaotic. It's gonna be a multiversal war. If y'all let me live, y'all get to have the throne. Remember Sylvie? Oh, you just want the throne, Loki. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just being a woman and shit.
So
Like,
the multiversal war is probably going on like right now.
literally. And then and that's what that incursion shit is about.
Yeah.
That incursion, that's gonna lead further. That's gonna cause a multiversal war. So Kang predicted all. He who remains predicted all this shit.
So war hasn't started. So maybe whatever Doctor Strange and Clea are about to do is gonna spark it off,
Like
or it's gonna.
you gotta think about it. When the shit happened after he killed Sinister Strange, the shit was still fucked up. That didn't change that universe from collapsing or whatever. Cause even in the end, where he murked him, and he was standing there, it was like shit was still floating in the air and everything or whatever. And then they went somewhere else. Like just cause they hopped somewhere else, don't mean that shit wasn't collapsing elsewhere in another universe. So it's like, but it moves so fast, you forget that shit happened. Like, oh yeah, I forgot they killed him. This shit's still going on. So that's what's basically gonna happen. Remember, it was like if you somewhere too long. What Reed was saying, if you leave your footprint somewhere too long, it's gonna cause the collapse of the universe, that particular universe, or whatever. Another universe collides with that. Boom, that's the incursion. This is all connected to the multiversal war and all that shit. Oh damn, they said we only got 10 minutes. They only do this shit for an hour. But all right,
So good.
you edit that out. You don't have to keep that. They was using Zoom. Like,
All right. So, random. Somebody asked me a question. Well, it wasn't really a question. They said that, in their opinion, Wanda is the best villain so far. Would you agree?
nah, man, it's still Thanos. Because he had a well thought out, sinister plan for trying to have balance, but obviously, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for those meddling Avengers,
when we say best villain, do we mean like best?
I'm not gonna give it.
I'm not. Or like
yeah, I would give it to her as far as like maybe.
If we're gonna say best motivation,
I'm giving it to Thanos.
Killmonger.
Killmonger maybe. Thanos, yeah. It's kind of like a balance between Thanos and Killmonger if we talking about motivation, because Wanda's was just like some selfish shit. What about my kids? Like, man, they ain't even real.
But that's what we expect out of villains, though.
Like, man, shut up. Your kids ain't even, but your kids ain't real. Like, they kept telling her, your kids ain't real, your nigga ain't real. Like, he's a robot. This nigga's a droid, for God's sake.
But most villains are delusional. They have these delusions that they're trying to, and these goals they're trying to achieve.
Wanda's sick, dog. Like, you could listen to Thanos and be like, yeah, man, I get what you're talking about is fucked up, but I get what you're saying. You're trying to cause balance, whoop, dum. And that's another part that was real dope, too. If you notice in the Illuminati verse, how it was like when they were in, what was it, 8839, whatever that universe was called, the Illuminati, whatever. How it was like vegetation, colorful, and plants and trees, but everybody there dressed pretty, like, what did they say, like monochromatic or something like that. They were wearing like gray and dark color. Shout out to Peace of Mind. He said he think those people were fake. He said he think because when Doctor Strange did what he did, dream walking to try to find the result to end Thanos and fuck shit up more, he said he think that, and she said it ended everybody. She said it killed everybody, whatever. And I could be off with what I'm saying, but when Maria was telling him that, she like ended everybody died. So it was like, did everybody die there, or was it someone else? Because y'all said y'all killed y'all Strange, so that Strange wasn't there. Mordo knew that was him from another universe. He like, I knew we would meet, so they killed the Strange. So if everybody died, who are all these people that's here in this universe wearing all black and gray and shit, man? He was like, dog, I think those are people that got created just to keep life going in that universe.
Wow.
And he said, he was like, so I hope this ain't the end, the last that we see of that universe. I said, damn, dog, that's wild. Yep.
That's an ill theory.
Yeah, man. So in that sense, I mean, but if we talking about villain, I would still say Thanos. Like Wanda's hurt, man. Her shit was selfish, man. Get out of here, man. Yo, boy, you created them. You know what I'm saying? You can technically give birth, Wanda. Like, can't you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And why ain't
Yeah, I
nobody
mean,
else?
like I said,
Why
like-
ain't nobody else get at her? Like, why ain't nobody? Vision, technically, he gone. You got White Vision floating around here somewhere. He left in WandaVision. We ain't seen him since. So like,
when the hell is he coming?
he
back?
could have
Gee,
been
I
in this.
forgot.
They should have. Maybe he'd be in Secret Wars though. He might be in that shit with because they got a TV show for that that's coming. So maybe he'll be in that. I don't know. But yeah,
I can see that happening.
somebody else could have hollered at Wanda. Strange, your shit ain't working out with Christine. You could have worked it out with Wanda, man. You know, like Wanda, look, man, you just. You know what I'm saying? Let's get something going. 'Cause that's what it sounds like you need. You need some loving. Like you out here searching. Let's make some real kids. You know what I'm saying? Like could have made some real kids. Like you could have convinced her. Dog. You could woo her, dog. And that's it. Like just keep her witchisms down. You'll be all right. Like, you're looking for fake kids. And they telling her your kids in another universe is great. They're fine. Leave them be. No, I want to go be. And then when she find them,
show her true colors when she came. They're like, no, don't
oh, they
touch
started
my
hitting her.
mother.
She said, "Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!" that Karen came out, boy. That Karen came out of her. She's like, "Stop it!"
Even on the part when they was trying to sing, she was like, "Why did both of you go fast?" She got a little bit angry right there before she started crying and shit. Like, nothing about Karen Scarlet Witch. What are you
That
doing?
woman need help, dog. She's sick, man. Her motivation was the worst to me, dog. It's like, man, okay, I can see if the kids is real, but man, you made them from like a universe you created in a town where you took over people's minds. And you re-brought your man back that died. We get it. It's fucked up. You had to take the stone out of his head. But Thanos came and was like, nah, spin the block. He spun the block. That shit was fucked up, dog. Like, that scene was wild.
I don't know. I don't know if I can really say she's the best villain. She's up there though. It's like in my mind, villainy is supposed to just be like motivation aside. How much
She's a top three. If we want to bring it in the top three, we can bring it at Thanos, Killmonger, than her. Or Thanos, Killmonger, than her. Because she, like, I get why Killmonger was pissed. I'm like, all right, I get it. He was a little reckless, but I get it, though. Wanda's is like, nah, man, go on.
Because most of the other bad guys were just people with the exact same power as the main.
As always. Iron Man, look, I got metal in Iron
I know we're talking
too.
Marvel, but that's why I got tired of watching The Flash. Like, a speedster every time.
I can run just as fast.
I'm faster than the speed of light. I'm faster than light.
I'm fast, but I'm evil fast. Like, sit down.
And The Flash is one of my favorites, but it's another video for another day. Look, man, Dad, I appreciate you joining me, brother. We're gonna have to definitely do this again or more often.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate y'all for checking me out as well as usual all the time. Let me know what y'all think about the video. Let me know what y'all think about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments and all that shit. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.
Yes, sir.